What is up, Dallas Cowboys fans? Good morning to you on a very warm, unseasonably warm Friday morning here in the DFW. I'm IndyCarTim. It is the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz live at 7 a.m. Having fun with these things yet, boys and girls? I know I am. I mean, I was up anyway already at this time, prepping for my 9 a.m. Tampa Bay National show. So I thought, why not? Let's just resurrect this Cowboys thing that we used to do every morning and had a really good following. We're starting to get some of you guys back into the fold here. Appreciate you guys very much, especially when we have, news like the Dallas Cowboys looking for a defensive coordinator. And on Thursday, yesterday, the Cowboys actually gave us 3 names for potential candidates for defensive coordinator. You are looking at Daronte Jones, Ephraim Banda, and Jim Leonhard. Don't know if any of those names do anything for you. They're not sexy names other than maybe Jim Leonhard. The casual football fan probably will not recognize Jones and Banda. But that doesn't mean they wouldn't be good. So who is the best fit? Who's the fastest fix? And who's going to make your Sunday blood pressure finally settle down instead of skyrocketing, as I got to pop about 3 lisinopril before every Cowboys game these days. Now, certainly these will not be the only 3. These are just the 3 that Jerry Jones has announced, as I said on Thursday, that they had requested permission to speak with. And we're going to talk about all of these guys, and we're going to break them down a little bit. Again, it'll be quick. We don't like to keep you guys too long on these morning shows. You got a lot to do, getting ready for work, getting ready to go play golf. I don't know what you're doing. Going to work out, whatever it is. The Cowboys got to fix the defense, and these are 3 names that the Cowboys look like they might be able to do. Before we get into that, boys and girls, it is time for the dad joke of the day. As we get into that each and every morning, if you would like to submit your dad joke for the air, the email address is info@fanstreamsports.com. Put dad joke in the subject line. Give me your joke. Maybe give me 2. Today we're featuring 2 because that's what we got on the email. And then he gave me his address, and we are sending him out a glorious FanStream Sports hat. It'll go out over the weekend for you. And when I say you, I am speaking to Bobby from Hamilton, Texas, down in the 76531. Bobby gives us, as I said, 2 submissions. We're just going to rattle these off here for you. What state is known for its small drinks? Minnesota. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. Thank you, Bobby. Down in Hamilton, holding down the fort down in Hamilton. You will get your hat here in just a few days. We'll send that out for you. Appreciate it. Again, it's info@fanstreamsports.com. If you want to submit your dad joke, use the subject line dad joke so it gets forwarded to me. And we'll run with it here. So Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about first here. Who are we going to go? Let's go with Daronte Jones. Daronte spent nearly a decade in the NFL with 3 teams, the Dolphins, the Bengals. He's now with the Vikings. Last season, when I say last season, because we're still technically in 2025, I mean 2024, the Vikings led the league in interceptions and takeaways. And that's something you need on this. It's part of what we need to fix the defense, right? Because, again, I cannot sit here and watch any more of the Eberflus defense. And this is important because Jones is the defensive passing game coordinator and defensive backs coach. Think Al Harris. Everybody wants Al Harris to come back, and, we're wondering if his name's going to come up. I don't think it will, just to be honest with you. I think there's some bad blood. Of course, there was reportedly bad blood with Eberflus and the Cowboys, and somehow they ironed that out before he came back. But I think Harris is doing fine in Chicago, and I don't know that he's interested in leaving for Dallas, even in the event of a promotion. Do I hope that's not the case? Yeah, I'd love to see Al Harris back here. But right now we're talking Daronte Jones. And look, he's worked with some really, really high-level defensive minds in the pros and in college. He worked with former LSU DC, current Baylor head coach Dave Aranda while he was at Wisconsin back in 2015. That year, the Badgers led the nation with only 7 passing touchdowns allowed. His primary background is defensive backs. He's got a track record of improving pass defenses significantly, like when he was at Hawaii, where the team jumped from 85th to 11th in the country in passing defense during his first year back in 2012. So Daronte Jones is a defensive backs first guy, and, again, he'll be a first-time DC. Is that what the Cowboys want? Well, apparently they're at least interested in talking to him because they have requested permission. Now let's get into Ephraim Banda. He is around the league. You may not have heard his name a lot. He is very highly regarded around the league, though. He is the safeties coach for the Cleveland Browns, that powerhouse. Look, whatever fun you want to poke at Cleveland, typically you don't poke fun at their defense. That has not been one of the issues in Cleveland. But he's usually recognized for an aggressive, attacking defensive philosophy. He's had success in both the NFL and collegiately. He has held major coordinator roles with Utah State, where he was the DC from 2021 to 2022. Back in 2021, his unit ranked number 2 in the nation with 114 tackles for loss. He helped the Utah State Aggies to a Mountain West championship in an 11-win season that year. He was in Miami, who, congratulations, by the way, to the Miami Hurricanes, who will advance to the national championship game after that thriller last night at the Fiesta Bowl against Ole Miss. But in 2019, he helped coordinate the Miami defense, who ranked 13th nationally in total defense. In 2020, the Miami defense led the ACC in yards per pass attempt. So, again, we've seen significant improvement in his stops from before he got there to after he got there. And now let's talk some Jim Leonhard. Jim Leonhard is the name that most of you guys will recognize. He is the assistant head coach and defensive pass game coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Again, he is widely regarded as one of the most respected defensive minds in the NFL. Jim Leonhard will get head coaching looks this year. I don't know if he'll get offered a head coaching job, but he is certainly in the mix for head coaching interviews. He's also aggressive. He's been known to be aggressive. He runs a 3-4 scheme, and his expertise on the defensive side of the ball is, yes, the secondary. Do you see a theme here with these guys that Jerry has focused on early on in the process? His primary experience as a coordinator comes from a very highly successful tenure at the University of Wisconsin from 2017 to 2022. He was the DC and defensive backs coach. His defense ranked first from 2017 to 2022 among all Power 5 teams in first downs allowed, third down conversion percentage, and total yards allowed per game. Those were historical defensive performances by that Wisconsin Badger team. It was also the lowest for the program in all of those categories since 1954. He was a frequent finalist for the Broyles Award that's given to the nation's top assistant coach in collegiate football. He played 10 seasons in the NFL. You may remember him or his name. He played for the Bills, Ravens, Jets, Broncos, Saints, and Browns. And, playing for that many teams for that long gives you a pretty good insight into different defensive packages, defensive schemes, and you don't stick around that long without having a complete understanding of those defensive packages and defensive schemes. So in 2024, as Denver's secondary coach, of course, he helped the development of cornerback Pat Surtain, the second, not the first, the second, who, of course, earned NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors that year. So he had a little bit to do with that while he was in Denver, where he is now still. So, look, that's it, short and sweet. Those are the three guys that Jerry has said on Thursday. We want to talk to these three guys first. Just so you have a little bit of an understanding, you can talk intelligently to your friends or your mom when she asks you, what are the Cowboys doing? I don't know if that's what your mom sounds like, but that's what I pretended she sounds like. Don't come at me. And call your mom, by the way. That's going to do it for today, boys and girls. Like I said, we're going to keep it short and sweet for you. And I got breakfast I got to get to. Got some pancakes this morning. Let me know what you had for breakfast. What's your favorite breakfast every morning? And who do you want to be the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator? At IndyCarTim across all of social media, or if you're watching the video either on Fanstring Sports, YouTube, or the Fish Report YouTube channel, leave me a comment. Favorite breakfast? Who do you want as DC? And maybe we'll talk about those favorite breakfasts on a future episode next week. But I don't anticipate any slow news days. Have a good weekend, boys and girls, and until Monday, we'll see you.